Hey everyone, welcome back to the Thinking Crypto channel, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. Well, my friends, what is happening with the crypto market? I want to talk about, Bitcoin's price, its close of the past week, and what can we expect next? I want to share a chart with you, some things that I'm personally seeing. And, at this point, it is a waiting game as there's a lot of uncertainty in the world with the Russia-Ukraine situation. Now, I also want to talk about when could we possibly see the SEC Ripple lawsuit settle? There are some important dates that were shared in a document that attorney Jeremy Hogan breaks down. So I want to share what he has to say, and in a conjunction with what we heard just this past week from Ripple's CEO. And there's a big update around the Flare SongBird network. And I want to share that with you guys as we may soon see the Flare token distribution and some upgrades to the SongBird network as well. So before we get to it, please go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, leave a comment below, and hit the subscribe button if you're new here. It helps support the channel and it doesn't cost you anything. If you're listening on a podcast site, please give me a 5-star rating. Quick word from our sponsor, and that is TaxBit, the leading tax service provider in the crypto industry. I've been using TaxBit for years, and I will be using them again this tax season to calculate my crypto gains and losses. It makes it easy for you to connect your crypto accounts and from exchanges and pulls the data in and then allows you to print out the respective forms that you would need to submit to the IRS or to give to your accountant and so forth. So if you would like to learn more about TaxBit, please check out the link in the description. Now, I don't want to look at the market cap, but I have to here. The market cap list, Bitcoin currently at $38,216. Now, we closed the week on a green candle, but a very weak green candle. If you guys remember, at the beginning of the week, the green candle was huge, right? Bitcoin printed a $6,000 daily candle, and it was looking very bullish. And then, of course, we went down and closed the week, and we're starting this respective week in the red. But, the market is very volatile. There's a lot of macro geopolitical issues happening with Ukraine and Russia, of course. And all eyes are on that. And hopefully things don't escalate and get worse. Hopefully we don't go into some kind of world war. None of us want that. We just want to live in peace. And hopefully the people of Ukraine can get out of this situation very soon. And even those in Russia who are not, with this war and invasion. So at this point, guys, it's a waiting game. But here's what I want to show you on the Bitcoin weekly chart. If you look at the correction of last year, which started in May and went into June and in July, it was a pretty brutal summer, right? But then Bitcoin started breaking out and then moving upwards. It had found a bottom. Now look at that pattern. It seems to be playing out again. And of course, we've been waiting for Bitcoin's retracement and then alt season. But obviously, there's macro geopolitical factors happening here that is affecting the price. But I still think we're on track. Bitcoin is trying to find a bottom and eventually will break out. And hopefully, there are some interesting catalysts that may be around the corner for this. Maybe what we're going to talk about today, and that is an SEC Ripple lawsuit settlement, which will have a huge impact, positive impact on the crypto market. It could be, the United States passes some clear crypto regulations, the Biden executive order, things along those lines. But we'll just have to wait and see. At this point, it's a patience game. And hopefully Bitcoin is indeed playing out like it did in the summer of 2021, finds its bottom and then starts retracing. And we, head to that retracement peak of 55 or 58K. And then we can, expect to see alt season. But none of that is guaranteed. So I always keep it real with you guys. There are no certainties when it comes to investing. So we just got to be patient and keep watching what is happening here. Now, something that's kind of funny, but it does have some credence here, is that the folks at NASDAQ, here's the tweet. NASDAQ experts say a crypto market crash is coming. Now, this is what I would call a bottom signal, because this is information for the masses, right? That it's coming from a mainstream media, from a stock market, and they don't put out signals like this to help retail investors. I think we know that, right? The folks at CNBC, Jim Cramer, those folks, I always talk about it. I always tweet about it. don't listen to them for financial advice. Do your own research, study the market cycles, right? In a way, you want to be a contrarian to the masses, to the herd. And I think this is a message to the herd. And hopefully it is indeed that. And Bitcoin is finding its bottom here, and then we move up. So take it for what it is. But I've seen stuff like this. I've seen headlines and all kinds of media narratives, and usually the opposite happens. So maybe we are close to the bottom, and Bitcoin will break out soon enough. Now, I've got some big interviews coming up for you guys as it relates to the SEC Ripple situation. I'm interviewing attorney John Deaton. We're going to talk about some of the latest updates with the lawsuit. I'm also interviewing former SEC Commissioner Joseph Grunfest, the one who sent the letter to Jay Clayton and the commissioners not to file the lawsuit against Ripple. So we're going to talk about a lot of things, my friends. And then also Ripple's Monica Long, Ripple and Ripple X specifically, doing some great things with the Creator Fund, getting more folks to build on the XRP ledger with NFTs, tokenization, and so forth. So please make sure you got the notification bell enabled. Make sure you're subscribed to my newsletter. Please share my channel, my podcast with your friends and family. Certainly appreciate it. Once again, it helps support my channel. I don't charge for anything or charge for any content, right? It's all free, guys, and it will continue to be free. Just ask that you please support. Now, let's talk about a few things as it relates to the lawsuit. This past week, we saw Brad Garlinghouse go on Fox Business. He's expecting the Ripple lawsuit to settle soon. He says the case continues to move forward. We are expecting some decisions from the court, sooner rather than later. Now, obviously, he didn't give a date. And last year, he said he expected this year that the lawsuit would come to a resolution. Now, enter attorney Jeremy Hogan with the following document, which has some specific dates. He tweeted out, "When will Ripple versus the SEC case end? Ripple thinks it will end sometime between August 26th and November 18th. In its pending class action, Ripple agreed to move the case start back to November 18th in belief that the SEC case will be finished before then. Of course, it can settle any time. It could settle this week, next week, right? We just don't know, but we have some level of a time frame as to what's coming." So Jeremy gave a shout out and a thanks to the person who showed this court order to him. He says, "It makes me feel more confident in my September summary judgment prediction. I think Ripple thinks it wins the SEC case in September/October, and then this case action goes away due to collateral estoppel." I don't have no idea what that means, but it seems to be some legal jargon. But the TLDR here is we could settle anytime soon, and that if things don't settle, within the next few months or so, it could play out. Certainly has to play out between August 26th and November 18th. And we'll see what happens. But certainly, I think Ripple will be winning this, in my opinion. And I think we talked about it with Gary Genser. He was interviewed by Jon Stewart, and he seemed to be preempting a loss, right? He was talking about the SEC from time to time will take losses, and it was a total 180 from how aggressive and heavy-handed he's been lately when he went on interviews on Fox Business, CNBC, talking about the SEC's in a good position and we're going to regulate the crypto market, and they're going after exchanges and crypto lending and so forth. And he seemed to kind of pumped his brakes a bit. So I think we're seeing some breadcrumbs here and there of certainly this thing wrapping up. And remember, this is not just about XRP. This is about the entire crypto market. We need the SEC to take some L's here because they're firing on all cylinders. They're coming in guns blazing, going after exchanges, lending platforms, every other crypto. So we've got to really push back and fight back. In my interview with Raoul Pal, macro investor, like he said, we have to fight. And that could mean you calling your representatives, tweeting, making content, putting out videos, blog posts, whatever it may be. Our voices need to be heard. So we need to slow the SEC down, and hopefully Congress can act soon enough. Hopefully Biden's executive order really pushes Congress to change the laws and to put the SEC in their place. So obviously, I'll be talking a lot about this with Joseph Grenfest this week, as he worked at the SEC, and he's been a big part of this lawsuit situation, trying to get folks to do the right thing. Now, finally here, I want to talk about Flare. Obviously, Flare was a hard fork of the XRP ledger, and they distributed the SongBird tokens initially in preparation for the Flare tokens because they wanted to make sure everything was working. Well, they tweeted out Stake Connector on SongBird preparing for launch, stage 1 of 2. It's time for Flare to enter a new development phase with significant improvements to SongBird and Costin network. They said here, starting on March 7th, that's tomorrow, Flare is implementing a number of upgrades that lay the foundation for a subsequent hard fork, which will upgrade SongBird's network structure to match the plan for Flare mainnet. It says here, introduced in stage 1 release, dynamic fees for transactions, Snowman++ leader-based consensus, gossiping of memory pool transactions, easier code-based upgrades and maintenance, updated build system with latest Go support. They go through a bunch of other things that are being upgraded. And they said here, important note, we kindly ask all SongBird node operators to upgrade their nodes no later than Sunday, March 6th to avoid them becoming unhealthy. So the TLDR here is that if you're holding the SongBird token, and I got the distribution, it looks like some good things are ahead. And obviously they're preparing the mainnet for the Flare Spark token, and those things will be coming in due time. And I'll be trying to schedule, I'm already in talks with Hugo at Flare to set up a follow-up interview to get you guys, the information here directly from the horse's mouth. And hopefully things go well and according to plan. And, the SongBird tokens that we got distributed, those go up in value, and then eventually we get our Flare tokens. So looking forward to that. And I know some folks have not been happy with certain things. And look, at the end of the day, I think Hugo apologized for setting specific timelines. And I think they learned from that. But at the end of the day, it's free tokens, and these will be coming your way, but you got to be patient. And I'm not even, really keeping track of this in the sense that, oh, I can't wait to get the tokens and yada, yada. I'm just like, okay, it comes. Great. That's beneficial to me. I'm currently, I have my SongBird tokens currently earning rewards locked up in the Bifrost wallet, delegating them. So I'm not sure if some of you are doing that, but I highly recommend it. You get free tokens by delegating. So that's what I've been doing, guys. Anyway, that's the news. What do you guys think about this respective timeline, and when do you, potentially think we could see a settlement for the Ripple lawsuit here? Let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button, share this video, and I'll talk to you all later.